People don't lose respect when you're rude. They lose respect when you're too easy. Let that sit. Because if this were false, the kindest people would be the most valued. The most accommodating would be the most respected. And the ones who give the most would never be taken for granted. But reality doesn't work that way. And deep down, you already know this. This video isn't about becoming cruel. It's about understanding why likability is often a trap. A trap disguised as virtue. A trap that keeps you small, predictable, and controllable. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. From childhood, you were rewarded for compliance. Smile more. Share your toys. Don't be difficult. Don't talk back. Don't make things awkward. You learned very early that approval felt like safety. And so you adapted. You learned to read the room. You learned to soften your opinions. You learned to laugh at things that bothered you. You learned to explain yourself so people wouldn't misunderstand you. But here's the psychological cost no one warned you about. The more you perform for approval, the less real authority you carry. Because authority doesn't beg to be understood. It assumes understanding. Psychology has a quiet rule. What is predictable becomes disposable. When people know exactly how to access you, how to please you, how to calm you, how to get a yes out of you, your value drops. Not consciously, not maliciously, but instinctively, because humans respect edges, not openness. Think about it. The people everyone chases are never the ones who explain the most. They pause. They observe. They respond selectively. And that distance, that silence, it creates gravity. When you stop being overly nice, people don't say you've changed. What they really mean is, you no longer react the way I expect, and unpredictability threatens control. This is why they call you cold. They say you're acting strange. They accuse you of being proud. They ask, are you okay? You are okay. You're just no longer manageable. Every unnecessary explanation sends a message. I need you to approve this. Strong people explain once, or not at all, because explanation is only required when you believe your decision lacks authority. Silence, on the other hand, implies confidence, and that's why it scares people. Silence removes their leverage. Here's the truth few people accept. You cannot grow without disappointing someone. If everyone is comfortable with you, you're not evolving, you're maintaining. Audacity is saying no without guilt, maybe without reassurance, silence without apology, and letting people sit with their discomfort. Because their discomfort is not your responsibility. Repressed audacity turns into resentment. The nicest people often carry the most anger, not because they're bad, but because they never gave themselves permission to be firm. They gave too much. They tolerated too long. They forgave without boundaries. And eventually, they explode, or disappear, or emotionally shut down. Audacity prevents this. Power shifts quietly. It happens when you stop responding immediately. You stop filling silence. You stop explaining decisions. You stop chasing closure. People feel it instantly. They may not say it, but they notice. And some will try to pull you back into the old version of you. Resist that. That's the test. When you stop being likable, some people leave. Others adjust. A few respect you more. The ones who leave were never connected to you. They were connected to your availability. And losing them is not loss, it's alignment. Audacity is not loud. It's not rude. It's not aggressive. Audacity is calm self-ownership. It's knowing that you don't need to be liked to be respected. You don't need to explain to be valid. You don't need permission to choose yourself. And once you stop performing for approval, everything changes. Not because you became someone else, but because you finally stopped shrinking. If this resonated, you already know why. You were never meant to be easy.